We are on urine formation, and we said one of the functions of the kidney is to form urine. Now, with this diagram, you're going to see the processes how urine is formed. Now, we have said the kidneys are two bean-shaped organs which are located on either sides of the vertebral column. Now, these two bean-shaped organs have two glands on their superior surface. Those are the adrenal glands. Now, that is the superior surface of the kidney. Behind the superior surface, behind the kidney, we have the diaphragm muscles. Now, that's described about the kidney in our previous lectures. Now, we are going to see the process of urine formation. How is urine formed? Now, urine is formed in 3 stages. These 3 stages include ultrafiltration, selective deabsorption, and tubular secretion. But remember that we said urine formation takes place in functioning of the kidney called the nephron. So, this is the structure of the nephron. But the kidney contains over millions of these nephron in one kidney. So when you see this simple illustration here, it shows you these are the pyramids. These pyramids are inside the kidney. So inside the kidney is where we have different nephrons. So after urine formation in the kidney, urine collects at what we call the minor calyces and the major calyces. So after urine has been formed from this pyramid, it will join to the minor calyce. From this kidney it also joins to the minor calyce, and this from this pyramid it joins to that minor calyce. So when these two minor calyces join up together, they form the major calyce. After the major calyce, we form the renal pelvis. Now, it is this renal pelvis now which will be set down from the ureter. Meaning, urine is formed inside the kidney. Inside the kidney, we have the functional units called the nephron. So, when you just get the structure of the one nephron from the kidney, this is how it appears. So this is the structure of the nephron. The nephron is made up of 2 sides. It is made up of a closed end and an open end. The closed end, because there is no opening, it starts at the Bowman's capsule. And in the Bowman's capsule, we have the glomerular capillaries. These glomerular capillaries, they are not responsible for ultrafiltration forces. We have different forces that help in ultrafiltration, as we are going to see. Now, from the Bowman's capsule, we come to the proximal convoluted tubule. This proximal convoluted tubule descends down from the descending group of Henry. From the descending group of Henry, it makes the medulla. Then from the medulla we have the ascending group of Henry, then the distal convoluted tubule, then the collecting duct. So that's why you say the kidney, the nephron has 2 ends. The closed end and the Bowman's capsule, and the open end which opens at the collecting duct. So when urine has been formed along this process, the remaining contents are excreted out at the collecting duct. Then from our diagram, this collecting duct will open at the minor calyce, and this one also opens at the minor calyce, and here it also opens up. So that urine will flow outside and it is excreted from the bladder. That is the structure of the nephron. Still, the nephron is supplied by 2 veins. We have the arterial supply of blood and venous drainage. So blood coming from the heart, from the aorta, it divides from the aorta from the renal arteries. The renal artery comes and divides to form the afferent arteriole. This afferent arteriole forms now the capillaries. As you know, arteries divided from arteries to arterioles. So from the renal artery to form the apparent arteriole. So that is the arterial supply. Then it is drained by the renal vein. So once blood becomes information expressed here by lateral filtration and water, which is the most composition of urine, will flow outside here as urine. Now, those substances which cannot be able to pass here are excluded through the efferent arteriole, through the vertebral capillaries. These ones are called the vertebral capillaries. Vertebral capillaries, and will be taken through the venous drainage and taken to the vena cava, and blood is taken for recycling in blood. So we're going to see the processes of urine formation. Now, urine formation occurs in three processes. The first process is ultrafiltration. The third process is selective reabsorption, and the last stage is tubular secretion. Now we are going to start with ultrafiltration. So ultrafiltration is a process of the first process of urine formation. During ultrafiltration, blood comes from the renal, from the aorta to the renal artery. So as blood is trying to leave the arteries are reducing in size. So from the renal artery to the afferent artery. So once it reaches at this blind end of the nephron, it will join up with the capillary, which we call the glomerular capillaries. Now, blood has a lot of contents, as we discussed before. We said the blood is divided into two, cell component and plasma component. The plasma component now specifically has a lot of contents. Likewise, the cell component has a lot of compositions. Now, all those components of blood will be here. There are some components of blood which are vital to the body, whereby the body can't get rid of them. For example, hormones. Therefore, we can't lose hormones and hormones capsules. We can't lose red blood cells and hormones capsule. We can't lose some drugs in our body and hormones capsule. Likewise, other ions in the body such as calcium ions, sodium ions, chloride ions, water, and other electrolytes in our bodies. Therefore, during the process of filtration, if it is not for the physiology of this nephron, all the components will be lost through the collecting that and be excreted out as urine. But the body has a mechanism of ultrafiltration. Therefore, the Bowman's capsule to the glomerulus has a net-like structure. This net-like structure is permeable to some substances and impermeable to other substances. Now, those substances which are permeable, meaning they can be from the glomerulus into the Bowman's capsule, meaning they are now ready to be excreted out as urine. These components include sodium ions, water, chloride ions, glucose, amino acids, and very many others. Now, once blood is at the Bowman's capsule, we have three forces which will define substance. Like we have said, it is permeable to some substances and impermeable to some substances. The permeable substances, we have mentioned them. The impermeable substances include the blood cells, include the body hormones, include a lot of acids in the body. Meaning the body still needs these components and they cannot be lost. So what happens is, we have three forces. The first force is called capillary hydrostatic pressure, which is equal to 3.7 kilopascal. The capillary hydrostatic pressure is at the Bowman's, it is in the glomerulus. Now, this force, which we are calling capillary hydrostatic pressure of 3.7.3 kilopascals is opposed by the two forces. So it is opposed by the first force called osmotic pressure, which is of 4 kilopascals, and the filtrate hydrostatic pressure, which is in the Bowman's capsule. So it is the filtrate hydrostatic pressure of 2 kilopascal. Now look at this. We have capillary hydrostatic pressure in the glomerulus of 7.3 kilopascal. This pressure is being opposed by two forces: osmotic pressure of 4 kilopascal and the filtrate hydrostatic pressure of 2 kilopascal. Now, when you see the difference here, the opposing forces are 4 and 2 kilopascals. When you add 4 plus 2, you get 6. But the 6 kilopascals have to oppose the 7.3 kilopascals. It means the force up still is greater than the two opposing forces. So when you make a subtraction, you have 7 minus 4 plus 2, which equals 1.3 kilopascal. It means the force up is still greater than the opposing force. That's why we have substances now being squeezed through this net structure now. This glomerulus now. So these substances which are permeable now are going to be forced through the glomerulus into the Bowman's capsule. The substances are not considered to be permeable substances, whereas the impermeable substances are not going to be passed because they can't pass through. Maybe they are either they are of bigger size, meaning they can't pass through, or they spend less time at the glomerulus. So now these substances, once they have left this point, now meaning they are ready to be expelled out. But again, these substances which are being expressed here, the body still needs them. The body still needs these ions. So what happens? We go to selective reabsorption. So as you know, is selective reabsorption, meaning selective at certain points of the nephron. At the proximal complementary tubule, we have some ions or some components which are reabsorbed into the back into the body for use. And the medulla and this complementary tubule and collecting that, meaning selective reabsorption starts at the proximal complementary tubule, the ascending loops and descending loops, the distal complementary tubule and collecting duct. So the substances which are filtered here, they have to be reabsorbed back into the body. Not forgetting that 90% of urine is made up of water. Meaning by the time urine is passed out, all other substances must be reabsorbed back into the body for use. So at the proximal complementary tubule, we have these substances which are being now reabsorbed. But the reabsorption can either be passive or active. Passive means they don't need energy to be filtered. Active means they need energy for them to be reabsorbed. So substances which are passively reabsorbed back into the body, means they don't need a lot of ATP energy, include we have sodium ions, we have water molecules, we have amino acids at the proximal complementary tubule. Then substances which are actively reabsorbed, we have glucose at the proximal complementary tubule. Now, by the time the filtrate reaches the proximal complementary tubule, it is 60 to 70% of the original blood, 60% is remaining. By the time we reach the descending group of Henry, 15-20% of it is already reabsorbed. So at the descending groups of Henry, we have more water ion reabsorption, sodium ion reabsorption, and chloride ion reabsorption and the electrolytes. Then at the distal complementary tubule, specifically we have sodium ions and excessive electrolytes. So excessive electrolytes will be absorbed back in the distal complementary tubule. Remembering that the ascending group of Henry is impermeable to water ion reabsorption. Therefore, we don't have water ion reabsorption at the ascending group of Henry. because that point is impermeable for water and reabsorption. Then in the collecting duct, we have only excessive water reabsorption. Meaning, by the time urine is passed outside here, it is purely water. So that's why it is easy to make the diagnosis of urine has a sign of some respiratory tract infections. Why? For example, we have a condition called glomerulonephritis. Glomerulonephritis is a condition that develops due to inflammation of the glomerulus. Once the glomerulus is inflamed, meaning it is giving space for other substances to pass through the glomerulus, which were impermeable, such as proteins. Therefore, we shall be able to lose proteins via urine. We shall also be able to lose substances via urine like blood. Meaning, presence of urine in blood, presence of proteins in blood is an indication of a urinary tract infection, specifically glomerulonephritis and the glomerulus. So, by using urine, we can determine or can diagnose urinary tract infections or conditions that affect the urinary system. So that has been selective reabsorption. Now the last process is tubular separation. Now here the word is tubular separation, meaning it is separation within the tube. So remembering that we say substances which are not filtered up here, they either, the reason as they are not reabsorbed because either they spend less time or they are too big to be filtered. Now those substances will be taken through the different arterial and join the peritubular capillaries. Now, in the peritubular capillaries is where they will be infused now back into the body. So the remaining substances now will be taken. They will be taken to the venous system of the body and taken back in the body with blood. Meaning substances which are important, for example, substances which are not really absorbed at the glomerulus, they will be taken to the peripheral capillaries and taken back in the body through the peripheral capillaries and through the vena cava back to the hand for circulation to take place. So this has been urine formation. We have seen those different stages of ultrafiltration, selective absorption, and tubular separation. And we have said what will take place in a single urine. The single nephron, which is a function unit of the kidney. And we have discussed the sort of the nephron and different modes of urine formation. We shall be here next session. We shall be discussing other parts of the kidney. We shall be seeing the blood supply to the kidney. We shall look at the renin and angiotensin converting system. How is the kidney able to regulate glucose levels in our blood? How is the kidney able to regulate blood pressure? So in the next video of mine, we shall be discussing such. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, Dr.Derrick. My number is 07783 55172. That's my WhatsApp. And my airtime is 0759 192193. Dr.Derrick, I sign out. Thank you so much for your attention. God bless you.